Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. In today's video, I'm going to be teaching you all about the psychology of selling. So if you want to make a lot of money and you want to make profits versus wages, then today's video is for you. If you are currently not a good salesperson and people are not buying things from you, and I'll give you 3 things today that's going to teach you how to become a good salesperson. If you're already good and you want to go from being a hundredaire to a thousandaire, or a thousandaire to being a millionaire or a multimillionaire, then I'm going to teach you how to sell at a higher level than you're currently selling at. All right, so get your seatbelt, strap yourself in, share this video right quick with at least 10 of your friends. Tell them Brother Ricky is talking. I'm here at the #1 marketing event in the world, Funnel Hacking Live. But before I go in today, I want to be able to help you all. I'm going to give you some stuff that you don't even have to get on a plane and come and learn. I'm going to teach it to you for free this morning, okay? All right, so let's go. Let's talk about the psychology of selling. And the first thing that I want you to know is that selling is sensational. So the first note that I want you to get is selling is sensational, or just SIS. Selling is your sister. Why? Because selling is sensational. I know you just got on, but let's go quick. At least 10 of you, let's all agree with that selling is sensational. Selling is not something to be tricking folks with. Selling is not a sneaky thing. It's not a sneaky idea. Selling is sensational because selling is biblical. All right. Everybody that's got some money, that's got some real money, are selling things. He said, no, they aren't. Yes, every single person in the world that's got some real money is good at communicating. Okay. And they're selling something. So selling is sensational. You say, how do you know that? Because Proverbs 11:26 says, whosoever withholdeth the corn, the people shall curse, but whosoever selleth the corn, the people shall bless. So if you got something and you won't sell it to me, and you got it, then what? You are cursed. Why? Because you're holding out on what it is that I need to buy from you. If I have what you need to buy from me and I hold out on it, then that means that what? I'm cursed. Why? Because I won't sell you what it is that you need, and now you can't function the way you're supposed to function. So selling is sensational. The problem with people, with the psychology with a lot of people, the problem is that some people think that selling is sneaky. They think that selling is corrupt. They think that selling is scandalous. They think that selling is a base job for some nickel slick wannabe pimps. And so because people have this idea in their head, they work for wages instead of profits. Selling produces profits. Wages produces slavery. So you either are selling or you're a slave. All right. So if you don't want to be a slave, then put SIS in that chat so that you can get this in your spirit. And that's the fact that selling is sensational. It's your way out of poverty. You hear what I'm saying? Hey, listen to me. Why do you think I talk to y'all so much? I mean, people all over the world, they be talking about, Rick, I want one of those trusts that you got. I want $1 million check. I'm like, you got some money? They're like, I say, because it costs money to do business with us. I say, do you have some money? They're like, well, I like, are you selling anything? They're like, I don't know. I say, listen, you can't work with us. You ain't gonna make no money working no hourly job. All right, brother, don't you fool yourself. Why? Because you done deceived yourself. You can't work for wages and get rich. You can't work for wages and have enough money to be able to do the stuff that we do with trust and all that sort of thing. You got to learn how to sell. You hear what I'm talking about? I'm amazed at people, how they sit up all day and let people sell them things, but they not selling nothing. I'm like, you're not going to have any money. Your family not going to have any money. Ain't no generational wealth for you. You ain't selling nothing. Are you kidding me? You got to sell something to have some money. Why? Because selling is based on profits. Working is based on wages. Are you hearing me? So number one, selling is sensational. And once you embrace that, then you'll learn that, you know what, I'm going to have to learn how to sell something if I want to have some money. Now, selling is not only sensational, but selling is unavoidable. Why? Because every day we all are selling. You see if this light is on. It should be lighter. Okay. Okay. So every day we are all selling. It's just that some people good at it and most people not. See, some people got some money because they realize, you know what, since I got to sell anyway, I might as well be a good salesperson. And then some people are like just selling for the fact that, uh, they think that they're not a salesperson. But I'm like, everybody's a salesperson. How do you know? because everybody got to convey an idea to somebody else to persuade that person to do whatever it is that they want that person to do. It's just some people are good at it and most people are not. So some people got some money, most people don't. Most people ain't got no money. Why? Because most people what? They bad at selling. They bad salespeople. So I'm going to teach you today. I'm going to teach you how to change that so that when you approach people, not only will they buy things from you, but they will pursue you to buy things from you. All right. So everybody put SP in the chat because I'm going to teach you sell pursuance. All right. That's what I'm about to teach you. You'll never have to chase anybody if you learn this lesson today. You'll never have to chase anybody. So put SP in the chat if you want people to pursue you, because I don't chase people. I don't. You don't understand the psychology of selling. When you chase people, it's not selling. When you chase people, it's begging. All right. So I'm going to teach you how to sell, not beg. All right. You hear what I'm saying? I want to be your idea. You're a king. You're a queen. You are to be pursued, not to chase. All right. But you have to learn the art of selling in order for people to pursue you. All right. So first of all, selling is sensation. Second of all, number two, people are precious. All right. People are precious. So everybody with PAP. People are precious. If you get this, you'll learn how to sell sensationally. If you'll understand that people are precious. So PAP, people are precious. Why? You hear these terms when I'm listening to them here while I'm down here with all the marketers here. And my company, we're revolutionizing the way that people sell because we don't sell like no other company I know. And let me tell you why. Because I don't believe in following the crowd. I just don't believe in it. I believe that there's a biblical way to do stuff. And I believe that you'll make the most money and have the best life if you do it the biblical way. And the biblical way of dealing with people is that people are not leads. People are not, what is a lead? That's not a way to describe a human being. People are precious. Are you hearing what I'm talking about? But people look at a person like they're a lead. Why? Because they want to sell this person something. Why? Because they want to sell them something based on what they want out of the person. They're not trying to sell the person something based on the person being able to multiply. They're selling something to the person, trying to subtract something from the person so that they can have what the person used to have. That's not what selling is about. Selling is not about subtraction. Selling is about multiplication. It means that you sell something to the person, and now their ability to be able to do something is multiplied. You didn't take anything away from them. They just exchanged some money for multiplication. Are you hear what I'm talking about? Let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. So you sell somebody something, they pay you $100. They pay you $100, but they got back $1,000. So they paid you $100 because you really sold them the ability to be able to earn 1,000. So you didn't subtract from their life. You gave them 10 times back what it was they gave you, because now the exchange makes sense because it's not a what? It's not a subtraction, it's multiplication. In your life, you know, the mentality or the psychology of selling is that, listen, I want you to be 10 times, 100 times, 1,000,000 times better off than you were before you bought this, whatever it is that I'm selling. And that's the only reason I'm selling it, or else I wouldn't be selling it. If you wasn't going to profit from it and profit from it immensely, then I would not sell it to you. Why? Because I'm not selling to subtract. All right. Are you hear what I'm saying? No subtraction selling. Put NSS in the chat. Teach this to your kids. So when they start making a presentation, you let them know, is what you asking me, is it going to subtract from me? Teach your kids this, because your kids don't know this, because they're not being taught this in school. All right. In school, the school system is teaching people to sell to subtract. But y'all put it in the chat, NSS, no subtraction selling. I don't want to subtract from you. All right. I have no desire. You don't have nothing I want. So why in the world would I want to come in, sell you something, and now you worse off than you were before I sold it to you? I don't want nothing. I don't want that curse on me. I come in cursing your life. You worse off than you were before I met you. I'm worse off than I was before you met me. No subtraction selling. I'm teaching the psychology of selling today. And selling is only for one reason: to multiply the state of the person that you sold something to. So they are what? 10 times, 100 times, 1,000,000 times better off than when they bought something from you. You don't sell to subtract, you sell to multiply. You hear what I'm saying? Because a person is not a lead. People are precious. They're not leads. When I was a hustler on a bus, shaking a red card. Now y'all gathering around without those ugly frowns and watch me skinny down when I was cold like that on the bus, tricking people out their money, growing up in the hood. We looked at people, we called them Vicks. All right. We like, hey man, hey, how many Vicks did you pop off today? All right. What? Short for victims. We looked at people like that's what we call people. What? That was our vernacular. That was our language. That's how we viewed a human being. We viewed them as what? A Vic. We was like, man, let's go pop these Vicks off. We see Vicks over here, we see Vicks over there. We was riding one day. We had just got through what we call trimming a whole bunch of Vicks. I mean, beating people out their money. And we was riding on the Skyway in Chicago, coming back from winning a whole bunch of money already, playing our little 3-card games. And we looked over the edge of the Skyway and saw a picnic going on. And we was like, man, look at all those Vicks down there. All right, let's roll down there and pop off some more Vicks. So we went down there, we started playing the game. My brother had turned me out in a hustling game. So we started shaking a little card game. So it was mostly white folks down there. We crazy. It's a place called Wolf Lake. Prejudice is here. Kind of place you get lynched at. But what? We want to trim some Vicks so bad, we don't care. Why? Because we ain't got good sense. Because you ain't got good sense when you're in these streets. You take all kind of chances on your life about what? Some little funky money. Why? So I ain't know. We just had that hustling blood. So we get down here and we shake the car, and this white boy, they was playing softball. So he put his softball in the card and said, I saw that card right there. And he bet us $20. So naturally lost because what? We trick Vicks for a living. That's what we did. Because whenever you want something for nothing, you ain't nothing but a sucker. You hear what I'm talking about? It's a sucker born every 15 minutes. So we looked at people like they were suckers. We was like, these Vicks, they always trying to get you. So get them before you get them, before they get you. That was our attitude growing up. Why? Because we looked at people like they was Vicks. All right, victims. And so we out here, and he put his ball on the card, and he turned over the wrong card. So my brother said, all right, man, I'm gonna do it again like I did it then, just like every now and then a fat lady get lucky in here and twins. So we still rhyming and stuff. So the white boy wasn't trying to hear that. He said, you mean I lost my freaking money? He's like, yeah, player, you lost your money. So bag coffee and smell of coffee. I'm gonna shake it again like I did it then. So the white boy wasn't having that because he howled something. I don't know what the hell he was howling for, but he howled something, make him think he's Superman. Now he's a tall, skinny boy, weigh about 150, about 6'4". So Larry told my brother, he said, hey man, listen, back up off me because other people out here want to play. So the dude wasn't hearing that. He was like, he's gonna take his money back from Larry. So Larry came from the ground up and hit this white boy so hard until his body crumpled. his body crumpled up. Like he folded him in half. He hit him so hard. But that boy was so high until he hit the ground and jumped and fell. He hit the ground and popped up like a Pop-Tart. I don't know what he was high for, because as hard as Larry hit him, he should have been in the hospital. Man, it was on after that. We saw it was a free fall. We said, what the heck? So we just started stealing on everybody. Now we having this big, long fight out here. Barely got away. They had bats and stuff was chasing us down the street. We jumped in the car. We diving out the car, trying to get away, getting chased by a whole bunch of racist white boys trying to kill us out there. We was trying to, matter of fact, we tried to get some bats from some brothers and sisters, some black folks that was playing piggy. We was like, hey, man, can we get some of them bats? These white boys trying to beat us up. They're like, man, I've been out in the field all day, man. I'm not giving you my bat. I was like, Negro, please, we don't care about you playing piggy. Give me that bat. They tried to kill us over here. But we was in all this trouble. Why? Because we looked at people like they were what? Vicks. That's how we looked at the person. And my stories are extreme because of the way we grew up in the hood. But y'all ain't doing nothing no different. Why? When you look at a person and you don't see them as a person, then when you start trying to sell them something, you selling them for something because of what you want. You ain't selling them for nothing to add to them. We was running around subtracting from everybody we saw. Why? We call it trimming. You hear what I'm talking about? Trimming these Vicks. What I mean? Trimming them, meaning that what? They got less than they had before we met them. That's the way people be approaching folks out here in these streets. And I'm talking about in the business streets, here online, all kinds. Right now, while I'm talking to y'all, the cats that's faking like they Rick the Wealth Coach, they look at y'all like victims. Okay? So they always trying to do what? Trim you. So right while I'm talking, as soon as I get through going live, they're gonna send you messages trying to act like they us. Okay? And they not us. And they done trimmed a whole bunch of folks all over the world. Why? Because I get emails and stuff. People talking about, hey man, I bought your program. I said, you ain't bought no program from me. Why? Because I don't never tell you to send no money in or nothing. Everything we tell you to do, you doing it for you. You ain't doing it for us. So I don't want your money. So I ain't gonna never, if you hear somebody tell you, we opening up you a Bitcoin account, they looking at you like you're a victim. Why? Because they're trying to trim you. You hear what I'm talking about? And why? Because they know that you just blindly trust what you heard from us because you hear from us so long. All right. We get to that part in a second about the psychology of selling and how important trust is. But I'm just telling you, I'm saved and I'm from the streets. So I know game when I see it. All right. Soon as somebody rolled up on me with some game, I'm like, look, you think you slick, but you ain't nothing but a trick. You hear what I'm talking about? You a trick trying to be slick. I was doing that when I was 6 years old. That ain't nothing new. Are you hearing me? Ain't nothing new up under the sun. So move around with that stuff and just come correct when you're dealing with people. And what? Sell them something to multiply them. Don't sell them nothing to subtract from them. Are you hearing what I'm saying? So we made it out of there. That's one of our stories where we could have got killed, could have got our head bashed in and all that. Why? Because the way we was treating people, thinking that people are tricks. It's just like when people are precious though. Okay, listen to me. People are precious. These are God's people. You don't treat people like it's your person. You are not God. Okay, you do not have the right to trick nobody. You hear what I'm talking about? It's not your people. It's God's people. Everybody is God's person. Why? Because God created everybody. All right. Everybody ain't God's child, but some folk heathen. But I'm talking about everybody's God's creation. So you don't run around tricking God's creation. You hear what I'm talking about? Don't look at people like they leads. Are you hearing me? Listen to what happened when the devil, when Job was coming to meet God, and the sons of men was coming to see God, and the devil showed up, and he said, "Hey, what's going on?" God asked the devil, "What you doing?" He said, "You know what I'm doing? I'm looking for some things. I'm looking for somebody to do what? To trim. I'm looking for who? Somebody to sell something to, right? And I want to sell them something that's going to bring about the demise where I be better off and they be worse off. That's the devil. Are you hearing me? That's why we revolutionize in the way people sell. We don't say stuff like leads. Why? Because you're not no leads. You're a human being. All right? You know what I'm talking about? You're not no lead. You're a human being. We don't talk like that in my company. All right? All the people that work for me, we look at a person and we call them what they are, a person, a client. You say, well, how are they a client if they ain't bought nothing, Ricky? When a person spends 6 seconds watching anything you do, they already paid you. They paid you with their time. They writing you time checks. And the reason that you ain't getting no money checks is because people haven't written you any time checks. Are you listening to me? That's why you ought to come on live, tell people about what it is that you do. Don't ask them for no money. And then pretty soon they ask you, how can they pay you some money? Are you listening to me? Why? Because they paid you with their time. Okay, we'll get to that in a second. So here's the devil, and he looks at God and he say, yeah. God said, you consider my servant Job over here? He said, yeah, I know that. He said, I know Job. He said, Job is a baller and a shot caller. He got that long cash. He got that galloping gold. He got that cheddar to make you cheese. Are you hearing what I'm talking about? Job got it going on to the break of dawn. He said, but if you let me at him, I get him to curse you to your face. All right. So what is the devil selling? He's gonna sell Job on the idea that God ain't no good. All right. That's what he's selling. Because he look at Job as what? A victim. All right. So he's trying to do what? Trim Job. Trim him of what? Trim him of his faith in God and make him curse God. That's his whole idea. So he going into this whole thing looking at Job like what? A lead. What? Another trick. Somebody else that I can come in and what? And pop off. You think what I'm saying? Take away what he got. Why? Because I don't want him to have what he got. I want him to have less than he had before he met me. That's the way a whole bunch of people approach selling. That's why they're bad at selling. Sometimes they get some money. Sometimes they trick people for a little while. Sometimes you get away with that stuff for a little while, but that stuff don't last. Why? Because the Bible says, be not deceived. God is not mocked. Whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he reap. All right. If you sow to the flesh, you shall from the flesh reap corruption. But if you sow to the spirit, you shall from the spirit reap eternal life. So you can run, but you can't hide. You can't get away with that stuff, but for so long, you ain't gonna get no sleep. Are you dig what I'm saying? You're gonna get invaded in your sleep. Why? Because God gonna invade you in your sleep. He ain't gonna let you get away with that. Are you hearing what I'm saying? You can trick somebody for a minute, or two, or three, or four, or get away from that stuff for a while. Just like you tricks that's right here, right now, watching this video. You thieves that's watching this video right now. You perpetrating frauds that's watching this video right now. Mostly from Nigeria. You dig? Most of these identity theft dudes from Nigeria. How I know? Because a dude sold me a ticket one time from Nigeria, and he was an identity thief. You dig? Sold me a fake ticket. Police pulled me off the plane. This years ago. Talking about I was in the middle of some type of identity theft. I'm like, what the hell is y'all talking about? I was like, I know this dude ain't sold me no bogus ticket because he see me every week where my beeper shop was. I'm like, I know he ain't that stupid. And I wasn't even saved at the time. You dig what I'm saying? I was well, I don't know. I think I just got back right with God. I must have been, because that's the only reason I ain't whooping. I had to be saved. Because I'd beat the snot out of him in the old life. All right. So Yeah, that's why I whooped that punk. Yeah, my memory coming back to me now. Why? Because he sold me some bogus plane tickets, but he was stealing somebody's ID and sold me some stuff. So these people that's sending y'all, when y'all start talking to these dudes and they start talking to you in an accent and all that, use some common sense. Do I have an accent? I said, do I have an accent? I ain't got no accent. I'm from 38th Street, Chicago. All right. When somebody starts talking to you about, they don't represent us. Hello, how are you doing? We would like to work with you. They ain't trying to work with you. They're trying to trick you. Right? Because they think you're a sucker. And if you go along with it, you are a sucker. You ain't even paying no attention to the person. They sending y'all messages right now while we talking. They be DMing people right while I'm in the middle of a live. Hey, DM me. I got something for you. DM me. I got something for you. And then when you look at the person's page, they got 3 followers, 4 followers, 8 followers, 100 followers. Can't even spell wealth right. I was looking at one of their pages yesterday. They had wealth spelled WAELTH. And you send this trick some money. Are you hearing me? You send this Mark some money, this Vic some money. Why is this so dark over here? Hold on here. I don't know what's wrong with the screen. Screen should be light. All right. So selling, the psychology of selling is not to trick nobody. The psychology of selling is people are human beings. They're not leads. Okay. So the devil looked at Job like he was a lead. So he was like, man, I got another lead over here. God just gave me a shot at what? Coming over here and tricking, trying to pop this man off and turning him into a trick, trimming him what? Of his faith in God. So he sent all kind of stuff at Job. What? He was trying to sell Job on the idea of what? Cussing God and dying. First thing he did was he took away, he took away his businesses. His businesses went defunct. He got Fortune 500 businesses and he kicking it. But you see, Job ain't in love with his money. Job in love with God. So even though his money got funny and his change got strange, he still wasn't going to curse God. Then what? He started dealing with his health. All right. Then what? He started dealing with his wife. You dig what I'm saying? Excuse me. So see, the devil don't care. He play dirty pool. Why? Because the devil is a salesperson. He's just a wicked salesperson. He's just an evil salesperson. All right. He just got bad intentions. He's trying to subtract something from you. And if I was you, I wouldn't sell like the devil. The devil always trying to subtract something from somebody, always trying to be nickel slick. You ain't got to do that. You can sell abundantly, abundant selling. Everybody put AS in the chat. Come on, talk to me now. Put AS in the chat. We don't sell like the devil. We sell like God. Why? Because we ain't got no limitations to how we get down. Are you hearing me? Abundant selling. We don't sell like the devil trying to trim you and you ain't got nothing nobody want. Are you hearing me? When you start doing that stuff, you just reduce yourself to a little poo butt. Are you hearing me? All the abundance that God got, and you want to hem somebody up and get their little whatever, their little chump change, and then be all out of order with God. That don't even make no sense. Are you hearing me? It make more sense to spend that time doing what? Some abundant selling, where the person is way better off when you sell them something. Are you hearing me? Because people are precious. So Job is I'm not Job. His money funny. His change is strange. Business is defunct, bankrupt. He ain't got no stocks. He ain't got no bonds. He ain't got no Bitcoin. How you doing? I'm talking about. He ain't even got no social media presence no more. Why? Because his homies come over to the crib and they talk crazy to him and tell him you must have did something wrong, just like y'all little poo butt friends be doing. And when you get down for a little bit, they show up at the crib trying to convince you you must be the devil. I'm like, everybody gets sick, man. I got to be the devil because I got sick. You know, people lose their money in businesses. I got to be evil because I lost some money. What the hell? The tables turn on folk in life. Are you hearing me? It ain't nothing but a test just to see what, if we're going to sell out or not. Are you hearing what I'm talking about? I don't care what's going on with you right now. It don't matter what your current situation is. What matters is your current disposition. Are you hearing what I'm talking about? Your position is one thing, but your disposition, you got control over. Sometimes you can't control your position. Why? Because you get sick. Sometimes you can't control your position because somebody steals from you. Sometimes you can't control your position because sometimes you get stuck up. I couldn't control my position when they broke in my house at 2 o'clock in the morning. Are you hearing me? Next thing I know, I got 2 dudes wrestling with me on the ground. I'm like, what these Negroes want? They want to fight? Then it dawned on me, they don't want to fight you. They robbing you. Are you hearing me? Got me on the ground before I know I got duct tape on my mouth. And I'm sitting there saying, man, these cats come to rob me of what a righteous dude, a preacher. I ain't even doing nothing scandalous. I'm running around selling purses. You gonna rob the purse man. You dig what I'm saying? I ain't got no dope, I ain't got no guns, I ain't got no pistols, I ain't got no nothing. Just square, just doing right. You dig what I'm saying? They gonna bust in my crib and stick me up. I ain't even doing nothing wrong. You gotta be doing nothing wrong for nobody to come at you. So a whole bunch of folks done got robbed, killed, shot, stabbed, murdered right in the middle of the day eating their lunch just because some tricks just showed up just evil and mean. It ain't gotta be nothing you did. You dig what I'm saying? So don't be running in and telling folk why they in the position they in. Just be glad glad you ain't all jacked up right now. You hear what I'm talking about? So I know what it feel like. So Job, look, my position was one thing. I didn't have no control of the position. Why? Because I got my mouth tied up and my legs tied to my back with duct tape. My position was one thing. I didn't have no control over that. But my disposition was another. I started praying for them dudes. That's what I started doing. I'm like, Lord, I'm too close to heaven right now to go to hell. If it's your will, have mercy on these dudes. If I done anything wrong, forgive me. I started praying. Why? Because if you're getting ready to leave up out of here, you ain't got no time to be holding grudges and talking crazy and all that kind of stuff. Why? Because I was totally at what? The mercy of these murderers if they wanted to murder me. But God's mercy was what? Was larger than theirs. I hear what I'm talking about? I said the mercy of God, what? Endureth forever. That's the only reason I'm talking to you right now. Because the kissing cousins, the Siamese twins of grace and mercy. Are you listening to me? Your grace and mercy. You know what it did? It brought me through. Do I have a witness today? And I'm living each moment because of you. I wish I had just one witness. And I want to praise you and thank you too, Lord, for your grace and mercy. Do I have a witness? Your grace and mercy. Your grace and mercy. Oh Lord, I wish Mama would say, Mama would say, oh Lord, it brought me through. Ain't no need to run around here perpetrating, act like you here, because there's nothing else but grace and mercy, baby. You hear what I'm talking about? And if you're going to sell something to somebody, make sure that you sell it to them so that they'll be better off, not worse off, because you don't need their little money. Are you hearing me? Make people better off than they were before you met them, and you'll make plenty of money. Why? Because that's how I get down. That's how I go. So what happened? God blessed me when them dudes wouldn't even kill me. Now you hearing me? Left me in my house. No, I can tell who these tricks was. I can see they had masks on and all that. I didn't know them, but I can identify them if I wanted to. Matter of fact, they went around selling my merchandise to my clients, my purses and stuff, to my customers, and one of them pointed them out. They say, hey, man, they go to Marks that robbed you, Rick. I said, is that so? They say, what you gonna do? You got them right now. What you gonna do? I said, man, vengeance belong to God. I said, if I see him, I'm gonna give him $100 tip for not killing me, and see if I can get him to come to church Sunday. That's what I'm gonna do. All right. Why? Because your grace and mercy, oh Lord, it brought me through. Don't be trying to get no revenge from your enemies. Let God handle that stuff. Are you hearing me? Don't get no pistols, don't get no knives, don't run back trying to get nobody that came at you. Don't let none of that stuff happen. Why? Because what? Because you are a sensational salesperson. You'll make all that money back. Are you listening to me? I had 8 purses left after the Mogs robbed me and left me in my house tied up and didn't kill me. I broke out that tape like Superman. Are you hearing me? You ever had your adrenaline rolling, your adrenaline flowing when you think your life is on the line? Yeah, I was thinking about, man, they might come back in here after they left. I couldn't believe they left and didn't shoot me. I was like, because they put a pillow over my head. You know, they put a pillow over your head, boy, right? So can't nobody get a bullet. So when they left out, I'm like, man, gosh, I'm just so grateful to God these dudes didn't kill me. Didn't even hit me, didn't even beat me down. You dig what I'm saying? Just left me alive. People kill you today over 50 cents. Just left me alive. I'm in there rejoicing. Are you hearing me? Are you hearing what I'm talking about? But I'm thinking they might come back. They might come back. They might come back. They might come back. I broke up out that tape like Superman. Then when I found out who they was, I could have killed them dudes. I could have got them executed. I could have caught up with them if I wanted to. But I was like, you know what, Lord? I know you got better for me. If you would let them rob me, take a little $20,000, whatever, I know you got way more than that. So I didn't concentrate on being robbed. I concentrated on coming back up. Are you hearing what I'm talking about? Some of y'all been robbed. Some people have sent me messages about how people robbed them, acting like they us. One dude sent a message, act like it was our fault. I'm like, it ain't my fault that you let somebody pop you off. You the one that's the trick, not me. I hear what I'm talking about. I done gave you all kind of warnings about as bunch of thieves and robbers out here. And you should have paid attention to your stuff. Don't blame somebody else when somebody pop you off. All right? You hear what I'm talking about? Don't do that blasphemous stuff. I hear me? Why? Don't be such a little sissy. Somebody took your little stuff. So what? Line back up, get your butt back in the game, and be glad you got your sound mind and ability to be able to move around and all that. Don't be wallowing in the fact that you got robbed and the fact that somebody tricked you. I mean, you ain't the first one, you ain't gonna be the last one. I hear what I'm talking about? You keep it moving, baby. I hear what I'm saying? Keep it moving. Did you hear what I said? By the way, while we're talking about selling today, y'all know I made 63 this week, and I'm so happy because the story is just like that. To be 63 years old, that's just one story. But I'm so happy to be here at 63 years old. Until we're having a birthday bash, and you know what? It's been so much fun the last couple of days. So I want to sell y'all some more stuff. All right. So put 63 in the chat if you ain't got my books, and I'm gonna give you all three of my books for $63. It's still good. I didn't take the link down. I said I was gonna take that stuff down yesterday because I'm like, you know what? I ain't selling my books for no 60. This one $57 for one book. All right. So I'm like, I ain't doing it. But Shantae talked me into it. All right. So she said, be nice to the people, Brother Ricky. You know, you made it to 63 years old. Celebrate, celebrate, celebrate with everybody all over the country. Celebrate with everybody all over the United. Celebrate with everybody all over the world. So I'm putting that little cheap sale out. $63. Y'all get all my y'all get all three of my books. And one of my books is on the wealth formula. All right. That book got to be worth at least $1 million. Why? Because I'm teaching you how to sell right now. Imagine having my book and you're sitting there reading it and go over it and go over it and go over it. And you can see how we make $1 million in one day. Why? Because we're sensational salespeople. We're not little. We're not average. We ain't no regular folk. Are you hearing me? Why? Because we biblical salespeople. We sell biblically. And people chase us around all the time to give us their money. We don't ask nobody for no money. They have to come to us and ask us for some money. That's how you know them tricks that's asking y'all for money ain't us, because we never solicit nobody for no money. You got to ask us to take your money, and then you got to come to a challenge to even learn how to even do the things that we do. Are you listening to what I'm talking about? You have to come after us. We're not chasing you. Because what? Because we good salespeople. Good salespeople don't chase nobody. They don't solicit nobody. You just come. You ain't never seen an Apple store wake up in the morning and the Apple store is on your front porch. If you want to buy some stuff from the Apple store, you got to go to the Apple store to buy it. Are you hearing me? They're not soliciting you and coming to your crib talking about, you want a new Macintosh computer? I'm talking to you today about the psychology of selling. And I'm telling you how that when you meet a person, people are precious. They are not leads. They're not tricks. They're not Vicks. They're not nobody for you to get something out of. They are precious. I hear what I'm talking about. And once you look at a person like they're precious, it'll change your whole perspective of how you approach the person. Are you listening to me? You realize I don't need nothing from you. Ain't trying to get nothing out of you. Here's some products I have that'll make you better off. Okay? If you want to be better off, then you can buy these products. If you don't want to be better off, that's up to you. Why? Because I only sell better off products. If it ain't going to make you better off, I ain't going to sell it. Are y'all hearing what I'm talking about? Are y'all getting what I'm saying? All right, so if you want to take advantage of my sale, $63. It's still on today. Happy birthday. Oh, happy birthday to y'all on my behalf, even though it's my birthday. I'm happy to be 63. I'm happy. I'm like a big old kid. What? I'm so happy to be alive. I don't know what to do. I'll be clicking my heels together and cheesing from here to here. And I want y'all to be blessed too, all right? So if y'all want to celebrate with Brother Ricky, just put the number 63 in the chat. You can get all three of my books, all right? All three of my ebooks. They'll be in one link, all right? All three of my books. That's got to be, I don't know. You can't even put no price on it. One book is Control Everything on how we've gotten this trust game, all right? How you can get in this trust game. Number two is UnMovable, Unstoppable, UnShakeable. That's my second book. All right. And I'm teaching you all the principles that took me from having $50 in a hotel room to being a multimillionaire. I'm telling you the principles I follow right in the book. All you got to do is just do this, do that, do this, do that, and it can happen to you. So it don't matter about how much money you got. Why? Because it went from $50 to multi-millions of dollars. I mean, we make $1 million in a day. I mean, just brushing our teeth. I mean, listen, in one day, 24 hours. I hear what I'm talking about? And if we got books for you to read those books so the spirit of the book will transfer over to you, and then you'll be able to do the thing that the book is teaching you. That's why I read books. I read books so I can be transformed. Man, when I come about them books, I'm like, man, I am unstoppable. Ain't nobody stopped me from doing nothing. Why? Because I got the pages of that book transformed into my spirit. Now I'm going to go out here and copy the book that I just read. That's how I got rich, copying books. The number one book being the Bible. All right. And then anything else that line up to it. Why? Because these books make you rich. The number one way I got rich is reading books. The number one, ain't nothing else even close to it. I'm like, this is like stealing candy from a baby. Why? Because now I know what to do. You can't make no money. You can't sell nothing. You don't know what you're doing. I hear I'm talking about you don't make money guessing. Read a book. And then what? And then go do what the book said to do. And get what? Paid with 2 P's. All right. And thank y'all so much for y'all birthday wishes. I appreciate it. We still celebrating today. Yeah, we celebrating today. Put the number 63 in. I mean, it don't make no sense in teaching you no sales class and don't sell you something. All right. I'm teaching y'all in real time how you sell stuff. And the reason you're buying it is because it's worth way more than $63. All right. You're happy to pay it what? When the price is, when what you're getting is worth more than what you paid for. People happy to buy stuff. All right. People buy stuff every day. They'll buy plenty of stuff from you. Just give them something to make them happy to buy it. Are you hearing me? We went out last night. Shantae, my daughter, and I, and her husband. And I got a chance to see my daughter 2 days in a row, who I hardly ever see, who lives here in Las Vegas. My oldest daughter, Sharice. Beautiful child. So we went out last night to this place called, what's the name of the place? Bubblegum. If y'all, y'all ever come to Las Vegas, if you like seafood, go to Bubblegum. All right. So we went to Bubblegum last night. And so I ate some jambalaya. So good. So I'm still licking my fingers right now. So good. I only took them about 20 minutes to bring it out. The lady was real nice. I was so happy to what? Pay for it. Why? It was juicy and it was hot. Juicy and hot. All right. Listen, the name of your company should be J&H. All right. So everybody put it in the chat. J&H. I don't care what you're selling. It should be juicy and hot. Did you hear what I said, baby? If it's juicy and hot, people will sling their money at you to buy it. Why? Because they're like, man, that's the way I like it. Are you hearing me? Y'all heard KC and the Sunshine Band. That's the way, I like it. That's the way, I like it. That's the way. Man, I was eating that jumbo doing KC and the Sunshine Band. Because it was juicy and it was hot. I can't stand cold food. We had just eaten the day before with a good friend of mine, Ken, that came by here. I believe he's watching now. Ken, pleasure seeing you here in Las Vegas, and pleasure meeting you for the first time in the flesh. Ken believes in his private life like we have. And I'm so proud of him. He's doing amazing things for people. And so we went out and ate downstairs in this resort. That stuff was cold and dry. All right, cold and dry. I was like, just left me with, that's just a bad experience. Why? Because it was cold and dry. When you're selling things to people, it's got to be juicy and hot. Then people will come back, and tell everybody about you. Why? Because your stuff is juicy. And I just told y'all to go to, what's the name of it again? Bubble Gum. I just told y'all to go to Bubble Gum. Why? Oh, now what? All people all over the world, when they get to Las Vegas, they can be like, hey, where's that bubble gum joint that Brother Rick was talking about? Wow, because it was juicy and hot. And when it's juicy and hot, what? Everybody want to buy it. You ain't got to convince people to buy nothing from you. Just make sure it's juicy and hot, baby. And then they do it. They come looking for you. Ain't no way in the world. I'm not going back. All right. I'll be back. I'll be back. All right. Lord willing. We all say that. All right. So the second thing is that people are precious. Number one, selling is sensational. Number two, people are precious. My last point is that trust turns the table. This is what makes selling real easy. Trust turns the table. You mean, what do you mean by that? People buy stuff from you for one major reason. They trust you. They trust you. They just believe that the result that they are looking for is the result they're going to get. And they just trust that you or whatever you're selling is a solution to whatever it is they want. So they trust you. All right. And people will do amazing amounts of business with you when they trust you. You trying to sell somebody directly who don't trust you. You're not supposed to be working on them buying something from you. You're supposed to be working on them trusting you, which means you got to do some work. You got to do the upfront work of what? Developing trust with people, which means you need to be on this phone. All right. You need to, that's why I've got sales. That's why if you want to learn our ecosystem and how we sell it, come to our challenge. Day number 2 is worth our challenge alone. By the way, if you want to come to our challenge, just put challenge in the chat and come on in May. So you won't go through the next 7 months or the next, what's May to however many months we got left. Seven down already. Be what? 7, 12, 5 more months here. 7 more months here. 8. What? I mean, 8. 3 plus what is 12, right? 9, right? 9 more months. You say that dude, how that dude get rich? You can't even count to 12. Anyway, Shantae gonna get all technical. 10 more months counting March. You can tell she counts. She pay all our bills. You can tell her. Now the next challenge in March. It's every month. We don't miss a month. All right. This is challenge number 41 coming up. All right. Just put challenge in the chat and come in. And we ain't gonna wait all the way to May to teach y'all. Y'all be to miss so much money between now and May. We get down with y'all once a month. Why? Because we don't want y'all missing out. Because we know y'all know what y'all doing. Y'all don't know how to sell. All right. That's a problem. It's a problem. That's a problem. The way you're approaching people is a problem. You got to learn how to sell if you want some money. All right. That means that what? There are certain things you have to do. Take this video and replay it. Take this video and replay it. Take this video and replay it. All right. And teach your sales team from this video. So I got a free video for you to watch because we running around here. We too doggone thirsty. The way we treat people like they Vicks. We treat people like they Mars. We treat people like trying to trim folk. We treat people like they leads. We ain't treating people like they human beings. Why? Because we want something from them. We're going to change this culture. All right. We don't want nothing from them. We want to improve their life. And if they believe that what we're doing will improve their life, they can come on board. If they don't believe it, then they need to go someplace else and deal with somebody they believe in. Why? Because you can't do nothing if you don't believe in it. Are you hearing me? If a person tell me, Brother Ricky, I was looking at somebody else's course and I think it's better than yours, I'm like, well, amen, take it. Take it. They're like, ain't you gonna try to convince me to take your course? I'm like, no. Why? Because why would you want to be? Don't follow nobody who you ain't gonna allow to lead you. Are you hearing what I'm talking about? Why? Because if you follow somebody who you ain't gonna allow to lead you, you're not gonna copy them. Don't follow nobody you ain't gonna copy. When Jesus said, follow me, what he was really saying is copy me. Are you hearing what I'm talking about? That Jesus didn't want nobody just walking around, just being no shadow. When he said, follow me, he's talking about copy me. He was like, what? Do what I'm doing. All right. He told his boys, he said, greater works you're going to do than what I'm doing. Why? He said, because you're already doing my works. What they started doing? They started going out and healing the sick and helping the blind to see. Why? Because they was copying Jesus. So they went out and they started doing the same thing he was doing. They wasn't following him just to be walking around getting no foot aches. Are you hear what I'm talking about? You copy people. You don't follow folk. Are you digging what I'm talking about? Are you hear what I'm saying? And so you need to build up trust with people. And the way that you build up trust with people is that you realize that when people spend time with you, it's more important than money. Time is more important than money. People say time is money. I'm like, I know you ain't got none, because that's an erroneous statement. You say, how can you say that, Brother Ricky? Why? Because you can run out of money and go get some more. But when you run out of time, baby, it's over. Now, did you hear what I said? I said, when you run out of time, baby, it's over. Are you hearing me? You can run out of money. You can lose $75 billion and make it all back. When them cats robbed me, I had eight little ugly purses left. And what I do, I said, man, let me make sure this ain't nobody. Yeah, see right here? Right while I'm talking to you. This fake stuff. Hey, Ricky, make sure Ricky up. These fake Stella. I told you, these thieves right in the middle of me talking to you. These tricks can't even wait till we get off of the live. They disrespect y'all so much. Before we can even get off the live, they thinking you a sucker. All of this, Sherilyn, please inbox me. That ain't Stellar Wealth Management. All right? Because I wouldn't tell you to inbox me for what? I don't know you. I don't need no inbox from you. I'm teaching you live. What I need to just do what I'm telling you to do if you want some money. Look, I got it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These tricks, they ain't got no respect. They disrespecting y'all right here, right now, in the middle of a lesson about selling and about trust. No respect. No respect. Why do you think I teach everything the way I do every day? Because these devils ain't got no respect today. We're in the last days. People are greedy as hell. Are you hearing what I'm talking about? Demonic. Are you hearing me? No respect for God, no respect for people. They ain't got no respect for your money. They ain't got no respect for you. And because you trust me, you let these tricks trick you. But you ain't paying attention. You're not alert. The Bible say knowing the times is high time. So what? Awake out of sleep. What is high time? High time is when you wake up at 7 o'clock and you're supposed to be at work at 6:30. And you getting dressed what? In the car. Why? Because you ain't got no time to waste. Did you hear what I said? I command you, as God spoke, to snap out of it. I command you, as the people of God, to become alert. What about your life? You ain't got but one life, baby. When it's over, it's over. You're talking about when I get to heaven. I'm talking about now. All right. I'm talking about on this earth, you ain't got but one life. Ain't no reincarnation on here. All right. You better tell these tricks, check these tricks. And when they send you a message, block them and report them. Make it hard. Make these marks work to be a devil. Are you hear what I'm talking about? Look at it. Who is this? Cheryl Ann inbox me. That is not me. Rosalina inbox me. That is Drew inbox. Devil is not me. All right, that's the devil. What? Trying to do the same thing to you that the devil was trying to do to Job. Are you hearing me? Ruin your life. Okay? Don't you G for it. And don't you dare send me a message. Talking about Brother Ricky, you tricked me out of something because of your company. I personally answer that message and call you the little sissy you are. Are you hearing me? And call you out like you little punk. They ready to send me no gangster messages over here because you're slow behind. Let somebody trick you. And I'm sitting over here preaching the way I'm preaching. What you weren't paying no attention. Why? Because you want something for nothing. That's why they tricked you in the first place. Why? Because they told you just to sign up for something and you was going to get something back and you wasn't doing nothing. Now you hear what I'm talking about? That's why they popped you off in the first place. Are you listening to me? So don't let nobody pop you off. All right? Don't let nobody pop you off. When they send you these messages, do not trust them. The way that you get people to buy things from you is you build up trust. Once your trust gets to a high level, then people gonna fake like they you. All right? You can't stop people from faking like they you. But just don't you fake like you. All right? You be the real you. Did you hear what I said? Did you hear what I said? You can't stop these busters for acting like they like you, but you can be the real you. Be the same person every day so people can trust you. Are you hear what I'm saying? Do not change your tune for nothing when you're talking to folks. Unless God tell you to change your tune because your tune ain't in tune with God. But outside of that, so that everybody else, they can get down or they can go ahead and do whatever they want to do. All right. So that's the last part of selling. Selling is trust at a high level. The way that you get people to trust you, show up in the marketplace, don't charge them nothing, and teach them what it is that you're doing. Put your products, get people samples of what it is that you do. Build up trust with them. Don't want no money from everybody every time you see them. Matter of fact, build up so much trust until they have to develop a trust from out of you to accept their money. Are y'all listening to me? I'm telling you how kings behave. That's why you can't buy no trust from me unless you come through a challenge, because I don't trust you. You say, what, Brother Ricky? I don't trust you. I don't know you. All right? You ain't gonna come up to here blowing our good thing. Are you hear what I'm talking about? Why? Because we get plenty of money back. Put $96,000 in the bank and got $1,042,000 back. You think I need your money? I don't. All right. If you're gonna come around here, it ain't gonna be on your terms. I hear what I'm talking about? You ain't getting no trust, you ain't getting nothing until you come to class and learn something. All right? And then it's a year-long program for you to go through to learn what you're doing. You like, Brother Ricky, I ain't got time for that. Well, I ain't got time for you. Why? Because I don't need your money. Are you hearing me? Are you hearing what I'm talking about? Selling is sensational. All right. People are precious. You precious to me. So you ain't gonna rush me into doing nothing that's gonna mess your life up. And you sure ain't gonna mess my life up. Because I ain't in no hurry. You said, I'm in a hurry, Brother Rick. I just got to get this. No, you thirsty. That's what's wrong with you. Why? Because if you follow a person around with that old frantic spirit, you'll find out that they in a hurry to do a bunch of nonsense, but they're not in a hurry to do what they ought to do. It's just like you driving down the street and somebody run you off the street because they all frantic to get where they're going. And you get to the light and they just sitting there. And then they go to the crib and watch TV for 8 hours after they almost kill you. Why? Because they're in a hurry to do nothing. That's a miss me when I meet people. They talking about they're in a hurry. I'm like, your priorities are just jacked up. If I told you we got $1 million off of $96,000, you ain't doing nothing even remotely close to getting that kind of money back. And we didn't even invest the money. We just know how to file the paperwork. And then you're gonna tell me you in a hurry? Move around, all right? Because you ain't got time for me. I ain't got time for you. Why? Because trust is a two-way street, baby. Did you hear me? I found trust on a two-way street. Man, I found trust on a two-way street. Did you hear what I'm talking about? This thing go both ways. You talking about, Brother Rick, I'm trying to get to trust you. Amen. Good. And I want you to know I feel the same way about you. All right, let's get out of here. I love you. I'm going back over here to learn some more from some of these online marketing geniuses. You all have a wonderful day. Be careful about these people that's inboxing y'all. Don't send them no money. Don't send nobody no money. It ain't us. If they tell you to send them some money, give you your crypto account, don't be a knucklehead. Don't be so doggone naive. All right? Don't sucker. All right? Don't trust these folks. We ain't gonna never ask you for how the hell I look calling you talking about, can I get the number, your password to I'm telling you, it's a sucker born every day. Some of y'all just need some street lessons. Y'all too doggone naive. I hear me. I love you all. I don't want to see nothing bad happen to y'all this year. I want y'all to be super blessed. Be blessed in the city. Be blessed in the field. Have an awesome, fantastic, wonderful, beautiful Saturday. It's been a fun, pleasing pleasure as well as a privilege. And remember, that stellar is as stellar does. Now listen, I ain't gonna be doing that $63 stuff. All right, that's real cheap. I don't like that stuff. Put 63 in that chat if y'all want to get all three of my books, and all three, you can get that link and jump on that stuff right now today. Before I cut that link out, we celebrating today. I don't know about tomorrow because we stretched this stuff out all the way from. I'm losing a lot of money selling my books so cheap, but y'all want them because y'all broke the doggone link. So I'm like, okay, I don't want to leave y'all out if that's what y'all want to do. So we're gonna celebrate again today. So just put 63 in the chat if y'all want some books. All right, all three of my books. You got all three of them now, and then you get to read them all and go on and out and make you some money too. All right, I love you all. Have a great, 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 fantastic, beautiful day. All right, I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Take care. Have a great day. Have a great day. Have a great day. Go out and sell something. All right, make some money. Go sell something. All right, make some G's today. Sell something. Sell something. All right. Okay. Sell something. Sell something. Okay. Some jobs are too slow. Get out of here and go sell something. God bless you.